There may have never been a more genuine, honest, humble, decent, and beloved player. He had large, strong hands, exceptionally bold legs, and broad shoulders, barrel-chested. But he was the greatest defensive shortstop of his day. He was a fast runner who led his league in stolen bases 5 times. At age 17, he became Pittsburgh's regular shortstop. He won 8 batting titles, selected to the first Hall of Fame class with only 2 other position players, Ty Cobb and Babe Ruth. Honus Wagner is hitting .444 in the Deadball era tournament.
Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I ever get back, for it's root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame, for it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
Welcome to Exposition Park in Game 13 of the Deadball era tournament. Today we have the 1906 Chicago Cubs against the 1909 Pittsburgh Pirates. It is an elimination game. Each team is 2-1 in the tournament. Here's your starting lineups. First for the Chicago Cubs, Johnny Evers will lead off and play second base. Johnny Kling in center field. Frank Chanson at first base. Harry Steinfeld is at third base. Frank Schulte is in right field. Jimmy Sheckard is in center field. Jimmy Slagle's in left field. Joe Tinker's at shortstop. And Orvie Overall is the pitcher. For the Pittsburgh Pirates, Tommy Leach in center field. Fred Clark in left field. Honus Wagner shortstop. Dots Miller second base. Bill Epstein first base. Owen Wilson is in right field. Moon Gibson's a catcher. Bobby Burney third base. And Babe Adams is the pitcher. Today we'll be using the Merino boards. And Chicago will be fielding column 1. Pittsburgh's fielding column 2. I think we're ready to start. Babe Adams, grade 20 with Y and Z modifiers, has completed his warm-up tosses. Johnny Evers, the human crab, is in the box. Here's the pitch. 53 is a 19. Right away, we'll test the third baseman. Bobby Burns, a column 2, and that's going to be an error on Byrne to begin the game. Okay, Babe Adams moved to first is 1 to his advantage. Catcher's arm is +2, so that'd be 3 off the steal ratings. And his steal rating would be A23. Johnny Kling. The Cubs will hit and run. So there goes Evers. The roll is a 1-1. That's a hit column roll. 53 will be a double. To right field scoring, Johnny Evers. That's an unearned run. And right away, the Cubs are up 1-0. Frank Chance. Here's the pitch to Chance. He squares around to bunt. 51 is an 11. That's going to be a single. Chance beats out the bunt. And we got first and third. Still nobody out. B25 is his steal rating with the modifiers applied. There goes Frank Chance. There's the pitch, or the throw, 46, B25. That's going to be a 11 through 51 is safe. Second and third. Pirates infield is in. The Cubs are making a bid to settle this game early. Here's the pitch to Steinfeld. 61 is a 42. Hit by pitch ball unless the pitcher has HBO 0, and he does not. The Cubs have loaded him up. Pirates have their infield back. Can Frank Schulte put a quarter in the merry-go-round? Here's the pitch. 63 is a 31. That's going to be a flyout to center field. See how deep it's going to be. Roll one dice for the depth. That's a 4. It's going to be 52 is the depth. Chances to be safe on the tag up. There'll be no throw. The throw will go to third. And the Cubs take a 2-0 lead. Here's Jimmy Sheckard, 1 out. And 1-3 is a roll. That's going to be a 14. It's a Z, so 2 balls and no strikes. 31 is a 9. Against right-handers, that'll be against 9 on a 20. 33 is the play result. That is a pop-up to the shortstop, Honus Wagner, 2 away. Jimmy Slagle, 51's a roll. That's also a 9. That's going to be a pop-up to the shortstop. So the top of the first is a productive one for the Chicago Cubs. They lead 2-0. Pittsburgh coming to bat. Over the overall pitching grade is a 13. Tommy Leach leads off for Pittsburgh. 41 is a ground ball to the shortstop. Joe Tinker, 1 away. Fred Clark is the batter. Fred Clark's hitting 200 in the tournament. 51 is an 8 against a 13, so that's going to, well, let's see, yeah. That is a fly ball to the center fielder, Jimmy Sheckard, 2 away. Here's Honus Wagner. 24 is a ground ball back to the pitcher, except it's got an X modifier, so it's a strikeout. We go to the top of the second. Cubs up 2-0. Tinker leads off the top of the second inning. 54 is a fly ball to the right fielder, 1 away. Owen Wilson makes that catch. Over the overall, the pitcher. 43 is a 29. It's a ground ball back to the pitcher, 2 outs. And back to the top of the order, Johnny Evers, who led off the game with reaching on an air and then scored the Cubs' first run. .55 is a 8. 8 in the 20 column is going to be a fly out to the right fielder. We go to the bottom of the second. Cubs 2, Pirates 0. The 6'2" right-handed overall completes his warm-up tosses. He will face Dots Miller, Bill Epstein, and Owen Wilson. 46 is a ground ball to third base, 1 away. Bill Epstein. 65 is a pop to the catcher, Johnny Clean. And now Owen Wilson. 35 is the play result of 9. That is a 9 on column 13. That's a base hit for Owen Wilson. That's the Cubs' first hit. Or the Pirates' first hit, rather. Fast runner. C25 stealing. George Gibson. 46 is a ground ball back to the pitcher, 1-3. We go to the top of the third. Chicago 2, Pittsburgh 0. Johnny Clean will lead off the third. He's 3 for 13 in the tournament, but doubled in a run in the first inning. Here's the pitch to the catcher of the Cubs. 30 is a fly ball to Fred Clark in left field, 1 away. Frank Chance, the player manager. 21 is a strikeout. And now Harry Steinfeld. 25 is a 10 on 22. That's going to be a ground ball back to the pitcher. Third out. We go to the bottom of the third. 2-0 Cubs. Apologize for leaving the base runner on first base. Bobby Burn will lead off the bottom of the third inning for the Pittsburgh Pirates. 63 is the roll. That is a fly out to the center fielder, Jimmy Sheckard, 1 down. And now the pitcher, Babe Adams, comes to bat. Right-handed pitcher, that's left-handed though. 51 is a swing and miss for strike 3. Tommy Leach. 41 is a ground ball to the shortstop. 6-3. Joe Tinker retires Tommy Leach. We go to the top of the fourth inning. 2-0 Chicago. After a rough start, Babe Adams has settled down to retire the last 9 Cubs in a row. Here is Frank Schulte leading off for Chicago. 56 is the roll. That's going to be a wide strikeout. Jimmy Sheckard. 32 is a ground ball to the second baseman, Dots Miller, and there are 2 outs. Jimmy Slagle. 31 is a 9 on column 20. I think that's going to be an out. Fly out to the center fielder, Tommy Leach. Bottom of the fourth, 2-0 Cubs. Babe Adams retired 12 in a row. Fred Clark leads off for the Pirates. 63 is a fly out to center field. Jimmy Sheckard makes the catch. 1 away. Here is Honus Wagner. One 3 is a base on balls. Stealing is C27. Overall's moved to first. It was 0. Clings arms 3, so it'd be C24. Okay, the Cubs are hitting and running. Wagner starts for a second. 65 is the roll. That's going to be a 35 is a strike. Runners out unless he has 11 on his card. First column, he does. So Wagner steals second. Actually, since we're using the master symbols, we probably should roll that. That's a -3. And his move to first was, what was that? 0, so 24 would be 11 through 46. Safe. And Wagner swiped his 4th base in the tournament. Dots Miller is up with 1 strike. There's 1 out. 1-1 rolls, a hit column roll. 31 is a 2. That's going to be a triple for Dots Miller, driving in Honus Wagner. And the Pirates are on the board. It is 2-1 Chicago. Dots Miller has provided the power in this tournament. He is 5 for 12, 2 triples and 2 doubles. Here's Bill Epstein. 1 out. The Cubs will play the infield in. 61 is the roll. That's 24. Is a double play fly out, runner out at home, 6-2. So that's the shortstop. Miller tried to score on the deep pop-up. Not successful. Double play. We go to the top of the 5th. 2-1 Chicago. Joe Tinker will lead off for the Cubs. He's struggled with the bat. He's 1 for 12 in this tournament. 55 is an 8 on a 23. That's a fly out to center field. Or the overall. 16 is a 28. That's going to be a ground out to the shortstop, Honus Wagner. And now Johnny Evers. 21 is a fly out to the left fielder, Fred Clark. That's the third out. We go to the bottom of the fifth. 2-1 Cub. Oh, and Chief Wilson leads off. He's 2 for 9 with an RBI. 34 is a fly out to the center fielder, Jimmy Sheckard. Moon Gibson. 32 is a ground out to the second baseman, Johnny Evers. 2 away. And Bobby Byrne. 52 is a ground out or an X. That's going to be a strikeout. 3 up, 3 down. We go to the top of the 6th. 2-1 Cubs. Catcher Johnny Kling, who's 3 for 14, leads off for Chicago. 45 is a base on balls. C25 Steeler. Right, chance. 33, that's going to be a hit column roll. And 53 is a 6. He's a -2, 6 on 22. No letter there, so that's a double. And the F runner scores. I think Clean's fast. No, he's not. Goes to his third. Half Steinfeld will bat. He is 0 for 1 with an RBI. And the Pirates will play the infield in. There's no outs. Here's the pitch to Steinfeld. 22 is a 7. That's probably going to be a hit. Let's see, -2, 7 on 22. Yep. That's a hit. Runner goes to third and 1 run scores. RBI single for Steinfeld, and it's Cubs 3, Pirates 1. That will do it for Babe Adams. This is an elimination game. Lefty Layfield will be called on to pitch for Pittsburgh. He is a left-hander, and he'll get the lefty-lefty bump up. So I'm going to add 5 to his pitching grade for the first batter. He becomes a 20. And the Pirates will play the infield back, try to get a double play. Here's the pitch. 51 is an 8 on a 20. That is a fly ball to left field. We'll have to roll for the depth. Fielding column 2. That's deep, 54. Modifiers will go over 36, so he's going to score. And it is 4-1 Chicago. 2 stack flies for Schulte. 1 out, and Jimmy Sheckard. 35 is a 9 against a 15. That's a single, and the runner goes to second. Jimmy Schlegel. 63 is a fly out to center field, 2 away. Joe Tinker. 44 is an 8 against 18. And that's a fly out to center field. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Cubs add 2 more runs. It's 4-1 Chicago. Okay, the Pirates are going to make a 2-for-1 switch here. They're going to have a pitch hitter for the pitcher, Ham Hyatt. Ham Hyatt will stay in the game and bat in the pitcher spot. Owen Wilson will be replaced by the new pitcher, who will be Chick Brandon. And Brandon will be batting in Wilson's spot, batting 6th in the lineup. Here's the pitch to Ham Hyatt. 1-3 is a walk to Ham Hyatt. Average speed at first base. Pirates need base runners. Tommy Leach will hit and try to get the ball in the air. Here's the pitch to Tommy Leach. 25 is a 10. That's -2. 10 on the 15. Play result is 26, which is a fielder's choice. Hyatt's retired 4-6. And the new base runner is Tommy Leach, who is fast. And nope, he's average speed. Fred Clark, 1 out, 1 on. 32 is a fielder's choice as well, 4-6. Now Fred Clark is the base runner at first for Honus Wagner. 46 is a ground out to the pitcher. We go to the top of the 7th, 4-1 Cubs. Cubs pitcher over the overall will lead off. Brandon is a grade 11 reliever with X and Z modifiers. 1-1 roll is a base hit for the pitcher. Slow runner, the Cubs will play it safe on the base paths. Johnny Evers. 6-6, that's a hit column roll for Evers. 1-2 is a 7, that's going to be a single, and the runner was playing it safe. Only goes to second. First and second, nobody out. The catcher, Johnny Kling. (13). 2 balls and no strikes. 56 is going to be an out, fly out to the right fielder, Owen Wilson. So 1 away. Manager, Frank Chance. 21 is a strikeout. Harry Steinfeld. 32 is ground out or infield fly to the second baseman, Dots Miller. Go to the bottom of the 7th, 4-1 Cubs. Home rules for starting pitchers. The inning of fatigue is the 7th inning. 2 bad things happen. 2 overall, his grade will drop a level. He'll be facing Dots Miller, Bill Epstein, and the pitcher spot. Here's the pitch to Dots Miller. 6-6 rolls, hit column roll. 51 is a triple for Dots Miller. Pirates have some work to do. They're 4 runs down. Cubs have 2 people warming up in the bullpen, Carl Lundgren and Jack Pfister. Pfister is the left-hander. Okay, here's the pitch to Bill Epstein. The Cubs are playing the infield back. 46 is a 12. And that play is a fly out to right field. The runner tags, and he will be out at home. Pirates bring up a pinch hitter, Blaine Durbin, a left-hander from Lamar, Kansas. Two outs and the bases are clear. 22 is a roll. That's an 8 against a -1 against right-handers. That will be 8 on 14. It's a base hit for Durbin. Moon Gibson. .41 is a 24. That's going to be a ground out to the shortstop. We go to the top of the 8th. Cubs 4, Pirates 1. New pitcher for the Pirates would be Sam Deacon Levere. He is a grade 7 pitcher with a Z modifier. And he'll be facing Fred Schulte, Jim Sheckard, and Jim Slagle. Pitch to Wildfire. 25 is the roll. That's a 10 on right-handed pitchers, so 10 on 7. That's going to be a base hit for Schulte. Jimmy Sheckard. 31 is a 9 on a 7. I think that'll be a hit too. That's a single. The runner goes to second. Cubs are off to a fast start in the 8th. Jimmy Slagle. 25 is a 10. That's a single, and that fills the bases. Timeout. New pitcher for Pittsburgh, Deacon Felipe, is a grade 10 ZZ modifier, and he will hit in the 6th spot where Levere was. Base is full, nobody out. Infield is playing in. 33, that's going to be a 7. That is a 7 on 10. That's going to probably be trouble. Single, 2 runners score. F on first goes to third. Oh, wait a minute. 33 should be Tinker up the bat. Same thing. F is not on for third. Let's see. Runner on first is not an F runner, so he goes to second. But 2 runners score on Joe Tinker's base hit. And it is 6-1. The horse is out of the barn. The pitcher, OV overall. 51 is a 36. That is a pass ball, unless he has PB 0. Does not, so it's a pass ball. Second and third. Infield will play in. One 4 is a 30. That is a fly out to left field. We have to roll for the depth. 5, that's a deep one. 54. Okay, with the numbers, the modifier is 39, so he automatically scores on that one. It's a sacrifice fly. And it becomes 7-1, Chicago. Johnny Evers with the runner on second base. And now there is 1 out. 21 is a fly out to left field. 2 away, Johnny Kling. 64 is a 9, -3, 9 on 13. That's a single, and the runner scores. It is 8-1. Frank Chance. He should be on first. 52 is a 27. That is going to be a ground out to third base. Cubs almost bat around in the 8th. They score 4 times. Chicago 8, Pittsburgh 1 as we go to the bottom of the 8th. Bobby Byrne will lead off for the Pirates in the bottom of the 8th inning. 31's a walk. Ham Hyatt. Ham Hyatt came in the game in the 6th inning. It's a 6-6 roll. hit column roll. 1-6 is a 7. That's a single to third base. The runner goes to third. And with that, the Cubs will make a pitching change. Carl Lundgren will be brought in for Orvie Overall. He'll be pitching to Tommy Leach, and the infield will be playing back. 43 is a 29. That is going to be a ground out to the pitcher. He looks burned back. Adams goes to second. The throw goes to first. 1 away. Fred Clark. .34 is a 31. That's a fly out to center field. Gonna have to roll, see how deep the fly out is. Let's see, fielding column 1. 4, that's going to be a medium depth, 35. So we have 35 to Burns' running speed. That's F15, I guess. So that's going to be, yeah, that's a 15. So 40, 50. And then subtract the arm of the center fielder. That's Jimmy Sheckard. And his arm rating is 36. So it's only going to be a 14 chance to score. Not very good. Runners left to hold. So 2 outs, and that brings up Honus Wagner. Pitch to Wagner, 63. That's a fly out to center field. 3 outs. We go to the top of the 9th. 8-1 Cubs. Hap Steinfeld will lead off for the Cubs. He is 5 for 13 in the tournament, 1 for 3 today. Deacon Philippe is pitching for Pittsburgh. Here's the pitch to Steinfeld in the top of the 9th. 61, it's a 42. Hit by pitch. No HBO 0, so Steinfeld goes to first. Second hit batter for the Cubs today. Frank Schulte. Sometimes my players fall on their face. Here's the pitch to Schulte. 32 is a 26, is a fielder's choice ground out to second base. So Steinfeld's out 4-6. Schulte's the runner at first. Fast speed, 1 out. Jimmy Sheckard. 54 is fly out the right field. 2 down, and Sheckard's 2 for 5 in the day. Jimmy Slagle. 1-1 roll, that's a 7. That's going to be probably a hit. Let's see, 0 on 10. 7 on the 10. That's going to be a single. Runner goes to third. First and third Cubs. The infield will play back. And they will pitch to Joe Tinker. 25 is a 10. -3 against, let's see, left-handers. It's going to be +2. So that makes it a 10 on an 8. That's a single. Run scores. The other runner is out at third. So that'd be a 7-5. Single RBI for Tinker. And that's a third out. 9-1 Cubs. We go to the bottom of the 9th. We have Dutz Miller, Bill Epstein, and then the pitcher spot. Carl Lundgren is pitching for the Cubs. 1-4 is a fly ball to left field. Miller's retired. 2 for 4 on the day, 2 triples. Bill Epstein. One, that's a hit column roll. And 22 is going to be a triple for Bill Epstein. 3rd triple for the Pirates today. 1 out, runner on 3rd. Infield will be playing back. Pitch hitter for Pirates, timeout. The pitch hitter is Ed Abaticio. He's a right-handed hitter, but he's +3. No, it'd be -3. They don't have any left-handers left on the bench, though. That's I think that's a problem. Double check that again. Okay, right-handed, right-handed. Wilson's out of the game. Durbin's already played. So it's got to be Abaticio. Here's the pitch to Abaticio. 61 is a ground out to shortstop. I think 24. Okay, that's a fly out, and it says a double play, runner out of home. I would not do that. Fly out to right field. 8 runs down. We're not taking any chances whatsoever on the bases. So he's still 3rd, 2 outs. George Gibson's the batter. 1-3 is a base on balls. 1st and 3rd. Bobby Barron. 41 is a ground out to Johnny Evers at second base. He throws to first. That's the final out of the ball game. Your final score is the Chicago Cubs 9, the Pittsburgh Pirates 1. We'll be back with the wrap-up. So the Chicago Cubs will advance. The Cubs scored 9 runs on 12 hits and no errors. Every Chicago Cub had a base hit in this game, including the pitcher. The Pittsburgh Pirates have 1 run, 6 hits, and 1 error. The winning pitcher is Orvie Overall, pitched 7 innings, gave up 1 earned run, 5 hits, 3 strikeouts, and 2 walks. Losing pitcher was Babe Adams, who went 5 innings, 3 earned runs, 4 hits, a strikeout, and a walk. The star of today's game is Johnny Kling. He had a double in the first to drive in the first run for the Cubs. He was 2 for 4, 2 RBIs, and 2 runs scored. Johnny Kling was sometimes called Noise because of his constant chatter. There was some noise between him and his manager. He was not real fond of Frank Chance. He sat out the 1909 season after he won the World Billiards Championship. And so he didn't play in 1909, and the Cubs did not win the pennant in 09. Then he came back and they won in 10. He opened a billiard hall in Kansas City, and then later, after he retired from his playing days, he became the owner of the Kansas City minor league team between the 1934 and 37 seasons. Johnny Kling, star of the day, today's game. So the Cubs will move forward in the tournament. They will play the loser of tomorrow's game between the 1915 Boston Red Sox, who are hosting the 1920 Cleveland Indians. Thanks for watching. Please join us again tomorrow at APBA Brian. If you like what you see, subscribe. And good night. God bless.